Hello everyone, a new poll out of the state of Michigan gives us some very interesting early insight into a very contested 2026 Senate race. In this poll conducted by Epic MRA, who's also partnered with the Detroit Free Press, the poll says that Republicans look to be in a strong position in the Senate race in the state of Michigan, the open race, with former U.S. Representative Mike Rogers, the Republican of White Lake, Michigan, who is strongly considering running after having lost to now U.S. Senator Elisa Slotkin by 0.2 of 1 percentage point last year, has 47% of the support, whereas 41% of the support goes to Democratic former U.S. Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, who is now living in Traverse City. He's also looking at running. 12% of respondents who were undecided in that race, and the poll did not include any others who are considering the possibility of running for the open U.S. Senate seat. The Free Press uses Epic MRA for its statewide polling, but did not commission their current poll or design its parameters. So this is very, very interesting, and if you missed the news, about a little over a week to 2 weeks ago, the Democratic senator from the state of Michigan, Gary Peters, announced he would not be seeking re-election to a third term in 2026, leaving the Senate race open. On the Democratic side of things, there have been a bunch of people who have publicly expressed interest. The highest name recognition of all of them right now is Pete Buttigieg, who is in the poll, former U.S. Secretary of Transportation, ran for president in 2020. On the Republican side of things, the list of candidates that are potentially running or publicly expressed interest is a lot smaller than the Democrats. Leading among them is Mike Rogers, the former U.S. Representative, who was also the nominee for Senate in 2024. And in that poll that I just went over, it showed Mike Rogers has an early lead of 47%, Pete Buttigieg had 41%, and other undecided had 12%. So why does this matter? Well, in the 2026 Senate map, right now, based on the rankings, the Republicans start off favored in about 53 Senate seats as of today. Democrats start off with about 45, and two of the Senate races are listed as pure toss-ups. And right now, the state of Michigan is one of those states that is going to be 100% a toss-up race. Depending on certain candidates that run, we may see North Carolina move into a toss-up, and there's the potential for New Hampshire and Maine to also become toss-ups as well. I'm not going to put them as toss-ups today yet, but there is strong potential that they could become toss-up races. So Michigan is very, very important for the 2026 Senate elections. It's one of 2 or 3 really important Senate races that will decide, probably not in this election, but in the next one, which party has control of the U.S. Senate. Because simply put, the way the elections are up in 2026, it's very hard to see a pathway to victory where the Democrats could win back control of the Senate. For the Democrats to do so, they would have to win North Carolina, Georgia, Michigan. That would get them to 52-48. Republicans still have a 2-seat majority. If they won Maine, that would put the Democrats at 49, Republicans at 51. So again, the Democrats still don't have a pathway to victory because since J.D. Vance is the Republican vice president, he would break a 50-50 tie. So even if the Democrats pulled a complete out of nowhere upset in a state, like let's just pick, say, Ohio, it would be 50-50. It still wouldn't be enough. Republicans would still have the edge. And the Democrats would have to target another state and try and win, like Texas or something. And this is just simply not going to happen. Republicans are favored, obviously, in Texas and Ohio very much. And Republicans are also likely favored to begin in Maine. And you can make the argument they're favored to begin in North Carolina as well. So the map in 2026 for the Democrats, plain put, is very, very difficult. So the state of Michigan is very important, though, to the Democrats' chances of winning back the Senate likely in 2028. That would be the Democrats' best chance. But it is also very important for the Republicans' pathway to victory of if the Republicans were to win the state of Michigan, this would actually be a flip to the Republicans, and that would strengthen their chances not only at holding the Senate in 2026, but maybe holding the Senate in 2028 as well. So this race is going to be very, very important for the overall control of the Senate, and it's going to be very important for which party is strengthened for the next elections going forward. So right now, if that poll was correct and the Republican Mike Rogers won by 7 points, that would be a likely Republican win. Now, of course, I'm not expecting at the end of the day for this race to be a likely Republican win, as we did just see actually a very close election in this state, where in 2024, Elisa Slotkin, the Democrat, won over Mike Rogers 48.6% to 48.3%. But in this race, a plurality of the vote was won by Slotkin, with 1% from a Libertarian, honestly, at the end of the day, making the difference between winning and losing for the Democrats. It's possible that come 2026, we may have a third-party candidate once again deciding whether the Republican or Democrat ends up winning this race. At very least, this is good news for Mike Rogers. He starts out with a lead. Him being at 47% already is very good, because I'm not sure in polling if he ever reached that point. Let me pull up the 2024 polls. In the 2024 Senate race, in the polling for the Michigan Senate race, the RCP average ended up with Rogers being at about 46.1%. So at 47%, Rogers is already 1 point ahead of where his RCP average ended up being. And I believe the highest Rogers ever got in the RCP average was that 46.1%. So him starting off at 47% is pretty close to what he ended up getting in his overall highest numbers from last time around. So that is very good news for Rogers. Does this mean automatically Rogers is going to win the race? No, because as the poll mentioned, there's 12% undecideds. We have a long way to go until 2026. We're in the very early stages of getting ready for the midterm elections. So there's a lot to go from here, but at very least, this poll is very intriguing and an early sign that the Republicans seem to have higher approval and name recognition in the state of Michigan, and Republicans winning the state of Michigan in 2026 at the Senate level may potentially be very possible. I hope you enjoyed this quick video. I want to give an update on this. I thought this was very interesting. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to give it a like, and remember to click subscribe, and stay tuned because I'm posting a new video every single day, so make sure you keep coming back for those videos. That'll do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in a future video. That will do it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to give it a like. And if you really liked it, please remember to click the subscribe button. And make sure you turn post notifications on so you always get notified when I post a new video. That way you never miss one. Also, please remember to share this video with your friends and family if you really like the video. And remember to stay tuned because I'll be posting at least one video every single day leading up until Election Day, so I'd really appreciate it if you keep coming back and watching those videos. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in a future video.